Hello and welcome to Dad Got This. We're answering the tough questions like, can this guy make the Filipino classic Relleno de Manok? And what's a hen's favorite kind of movie? That second one's easy, a chick flick. What is Relleno de Manok? It is a Filipino stuffed chicken, and to do it, you have to completely debone the chicken, which is something I have never done. And to quote my 11-year-old, I'm low-key scared. Let's figure this out. This part is probably the hardest part of the entire dish. There are two ways you can do it. We can slice this sucker down the bottom like we are when we're spatchcocking and just pull the bones out that way. That's kind of the easier way, but then when you're done, you have to sew up the back of the chicken. I am a worse seamstress than I am a butcher. So I'm gonna go with option 2, where we just go through the cavity and attempt to peel the bones out from the inside. I've seen it done online, but I have never done this, so I'm not sure how well this is going to turn out.
The first thing you need to do is run your knife along the base of the leg bone. Then crack the leg bone to separate it from the thigh. Now you just twist and pull the bones out clean. We are not going to remove the wing bones, but we do need to crack them to separate them from the main carcass. Using a sharp knife, you're going to work along the inside of the cavity trying to separate bone from meat. Be careful to stay close to the bone and not puncture the skin. At some points, I was using my fingers to push in between the bone and the meat, and that seemed to work really well. Just keep working until you can almost fold the outside of the chicken inside out. This should give you access to the thigh bone. Grab a hold of the thigh bone and crack it away from its joint. Cut around it and pull it out. Be sure you're getting everything. There are chunks of what I can say feels like knuckles in there. Once the thighs are out, you are almost done. Keep working from the end you started at, and eventually you will expose most of the rib cage and carcass. At this point, I flipped it around and started on the opposite end. This gave me access to remove the wishbone and free the carcass up the rest of the way. You should be able to yank the carcass out now. All that is left is to feel around the inside and make sure you didn't leave anything in there. All in all, it took me 18 minutes to do. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on it, there is a second video linked in the description.
I did it, I think. I don't really feel any more rib cage. I think we're good. We are gonna go ahead and season this up a little bit and marinate it. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of Dad Dust. That is just granulated garlic, granulated onion, pinch of MSG. The inside. Grab yourself a bowl, something that should be big enough to fit this chicken. And some soy sauce. Get it on the inside there. And this is some Calamansi Sabor seasoning. This stuff is awesome. It's like a citrus specific kind of to the Philippines. They love it. If you can get fresh stuff, it's even better, but I only have access to this right now. So we're gonna hit that like that. Really kind of make sure it's in there. And we're gonna let this sit for 30 minutes. You don't really wanna go much more than 30 minutes because it's very powerful with the soy and everything. That'll give us just enough time to make our stuffing and get our grill ready. You know I'm gonna grill it. For today's cook, I'm using the Masterbuilt Gravity Series smoker because it's gonna be perfect. I can just dial the temp in and not even care about it. Let's set it up. First thing you wanna do is you wanna make sure you pull out the baffles. I barely have any charcoal in here. Since it's a short cook, I'm gonna throw in one chunk of smoking wood here and we'll put one in the tray later. We're gonna pop one of these guys in there and light it up. We're gonna go for 375. And that's it. We'll just wait for it to come up to temp. Let's go make our filling. Here's where this gets interesting. If you look this up online, you will find dozens upon dozens of variations of the stuffing. Different people do all kinds of different stuff. There is a couple of things that are standard. It is usually a ground pork. It usually has raisins in it and usually has one hard-boiled egg at least in it. That's pretty much like standard. Other than that, I've seen it with pineapple, I've seen it with cheese, I've seen it with carrots, all kinds of stuff. I called my mother-in-law, who is Filipino, and asked her what goes in the ones that they eat. And so this is what I'm going with. I've got 1.5 pounds-ish of ground pork, 1 egg, which we are going to beat. It's almost like a meatloaf. We're gonna mince some garlic into it because I love garlic. maybe 6 good cloves of garlic. We're gonna go with maybe like a quarter of an onion, finely diced. That should work. About a quarter cup of breadcrumbs just to give it some structure. Ah, I'm crying. Ah! About 2 teaspoons of salt. Raisins. This is like a must-have. I have not seen one recipe that did not use raisins. Go with about a quarter cup of raisins. This adds a sweetness to the dish. I'm gonna add some Dad Dust, a couple tablespoons. And the only other veg my mother-in-law mentioned were peas. We'll do about a quarter cup. These are frozen of peas. I'm also gonna add a couple shakes. This is probably maybe like a teaspoon or so of the calamansi flavoring. Now you need to mix this into like a meatloaf type substance. My bowl is too small. Get in there and mix. We'll take this opportunity to hit it with a little bit more Dad Dust and maybe a tiny bit more breadcrumb. Just going by feel here, kind of like when I make meatloaf, for when it feels nice and together. That looks good to me. Now, if you are ever unsure about like your little meatloaf mix, pinch off a little bit and taste it. Cook it first. Take it over to a pan, sear it off, cook it, taste it, and then you'll know if your seasoning's on point. I'm gonna do that because I don't want to waste this. Quick little sear in a pan later, and I've got a little bit of raisin in there, a little bit of pea in there, a little bit of everything, so it should be seasoned up. Nice. Sweet, good amount of salt. I like my flavoring. Let's stuff our lovely marinated chicken. We're gonna take our stuffing and jam it in there. Trying to make sure that I'm like inside the chicken, not inside just the skin. Okay, at this point in the middle, you take your egg. And that guy's gonna go right there in the middle and get encased in more pork. Stuffed. Now we gotta tie this sucker up. Some people sew it. I'm just gonna tie it. I'm gonna take the legs, I think. Tie that guy to that guy. Would be good if we could actually sew this. I don't have any needles though.
I kind of hacked together a sewing kit with a toothpick and twine. Sort of worked, so just kind of stuck it through and made a haphazard stitch.
I think that's good. There are a couple different versions. Some people smear it in mayonnaise. Some people do butter. I'm gonna go with butter. I got some melted butter. That should help the skin get a nice browning on it. Let's go check on our grill.
I decided to go with 350, keep it a little bit lower, maybe get a little bit more time in there, maybe a little more juicier that way. Let's throw it on. It's ready. Home stretch here, folks. We're about 140 Fahrenheit on the chicken itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick this temperature up to like 385 so we can try to get a nice little crispy crust on the outside. Looks pretty good.
I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more of this butter, because that can't make it worse. This 380. It looks fantastic. It took longer than expected, almost 4 hours of cooking. Then it sat in the cooker for like 30 minutes with the cooker off, just because I was picking my kid up from school. So I was able to use the remote feature to just turn the grill off. But this thing looks awesome. Pull our little strings out. Big reveal. What does our cross section look like? Nailed it.
Oh, that looks so good.
I did make a mistake when I made this. I had Vienna sausages. I was supposed to put those inside the mix, but I forgot. Sorry. So these should be in there. Ooh, the skin is still like taut and crispy. That's really good. The chicken is perfectly cooked. The pork is perfectly cooked. You get the sweetness from the raisins, the peas. Man, is it juicy. I'm excited that I can do this. If you want more information on that grill, I'll throw it down in the description. The recipe is going to be in the description. All kinds of stuff will be down in the description. Anything that I use that you might not be able to get your hands on, like the Calamansi Juice, links in the description. If you use them, some of them help me out. If you're enjoying this content, please do that likey subscribe thing. YouTube loves it when you leave a like. I love it when you leave a comment. I answer just about every comment in my comment section. Really want to support the channel, consider becoming a member. You get all kinds of benefits, but if you can't, subscribing would be enough. So, with all that out of the way, I guess there is only one question left to answer. What's a chicken's favorite genre of music? Henhouse music. Yeah, pretty bad. Dad may tell horrible dad jokes, cook an amazing Filipino classic dish, but one thing Dad will never do is an outro. So that's it. Bye.
This is the part where I thank all of my members. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much for your support, and rock on. I don't know why I said rock on, but rock on.